Hello everyone! Previously, I've shared with you guys my 2019 skincare favorites, and so in today's video, I want to share with you guys my 2019 makeup favorites, book favorites, TV show favorites, yeah, you got it. Basically, non-skincare favorites. So without further ado, let's just jump right into makeup because I want to mention the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. There are so many things I love about this foundation, so let's just begin with the shade. I'm using the shade 2C3 Fresco and it is the perfect shade. Even though generally speaking I prefer K-Beauty and I prefer cushion foundations because they're just so compact and easy to bring around, if you have medium skin tone, you will know how difficult it is to find the perfect shade from a cushion foundation. Secondly, this foundation has high coverage and so you don't need to put on like multiple layers even if you have lots to cover up. Thirdly, this foundation stays flawless throughout the entire day, which is super important to me because as someone who leaves the house at 7 a.m. to work, I've tried a lot of foundations hoping that it will help keep my skin looking smooth and matte and flawless and non-cakey all the way till the end of my date night, and just nothing works as good as this. Nothing. I can put this on at 7 in the morning and at 11 p.m. I'll still be sad to remove my makeup because it will still be looking so flawless. It has a pretty watery consistency which makes it really easy to blend in even with your fingers, and so it doesn't feel uncomfortable or sticky or tacky, and because it has a matte finish you don't even have to powder. I never powder when I use this foundation, which says even more about its ability to keep your skin looking flawless the entire day. As you know, skin health has become a huge priority for me because I have acne prone and sensitized skin, and so I was just really happy to find out that this foundation is oil free. It is formulated to help prevent excessive oil production, and it's also free from drying alcohols and fragrances, which is just amazing. Trust me, I have tried so many foundations that are either similarly priced or even more expensive, and they're all like raved by so many different influencers, foundations from Clinique, Dior, Bobbi Brown, Fenty, Tarte, YSL. Well, actually the Fenty foundation is pretty good, but if you want to consider the ingredients as well, whether it's clogging or beneficial for your skin, I feel like nothing really compared with this one. Moving on, I have been obsessed with the Superface Lip Sync lipstick in the shade Sunset. Well, actually I have been obsessed with this ever since the end of 2018, but I just cannot find a replacement for this lipstick. This lipstick is super creamy, pigmented, and the shade just complements my medium skin tone perfectly. So this is just one of those really natural looking shades that will go well with every single occasion and every single makeup look, and so this has just been one that I am just constantly going back to. Finally, I don't think that this is advertised as a moisturizing lipstick, but it definitely feels like one. It's not it doesn't have a matte finish, it doesn't have a glossy finish, it's just what's that called? It just has a little like sheen, creamy looking sheen, and I really like it. The last makeup product that I want to quickly mention is the Benefit Bowing Industrial Strength Concealer. Even though my skin has pretty much cleared up, I'm left with a lot of acne marks, and generally speaking they don't bother me unless I'm going on a date or when I'm filming, and so when those occasions come, this concealer really does a fantastic job at concealing acne marks. I feel like if you have acne prone skin and you have acne marks, one of the important thing is to not like cake your face with makeup products. And so instead of using a concealer that has subpar concealing functions, and you have to apply like maybe 3 to 4 layers of concealer, I feel like this concealer really does the job because just a really light layer of this product is able to conceal majority of my acne marks. The only complaint I have about this product is that this concealer only comes in 3 shades, which is a pity because I'm using the middle shade and it is a little bit too dark for my skin, and the first one is just too light. Regardless, this has been the only concealer I've been using. Next, I want to talk about my favorite books. So 2019 has been a year of spiritual growth for me, and reading related books have really helped me a lot during this journey. So as someone who is not crazy about books or reading, in 2019 I've actually read quite a number of books, and the book that has made the biggest impact on my life is definitely A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know how much I talk about this book. The things I've learned from this book has really changed my perspective on many different and important things in life. Things that I used to have a negative mindset about and I wasn't even aware of them. For example, relationship with myself, relationships with people, relationship with God, with money and career. And after reading this book, having my perspective changed, I started to make minor changes in my life. And because I see things differently right now, I feel more at peace, I feel happier, and honestly I feel like everyone would just benefit from reading this book, and so I highly recommend it, and I promise you that the time spent reading this book will be worth it. But if you really hate reading, perhaps you can consider the next book that I'm about to mention, which is The Power of Now. This is a book I have finished reading not too long ago, and I really wanted to mention it here as well because it is also a book that has made a really big and positive impact on my life. And the good thing about this book is that it's really simple. This book only teaches you one thing, but it's a powerful thing that can easily transform your life for the better. If you can't already tell, this book simply teaches you how to live in the present moment, aka the now. So ever since I started my spiritual journey, I've already heard and read multiple times that I should try and live in the present moment, but I feel like prior to reading this book, I never did because I just didn't know how. Like every time I talk about living in the present moment, people always ask me like, so do you just like YOLO? And I'm like, no. And so I feel like this book really answers all your questions and doubts about living in the present moment. And after I've learned how to live in the present moment, I realized that it is such an easy way to obtain inner peace and to feel happier about yourself. And so I feel like I can go on and on and on about this book if I want to. And so I think I'm just gonna stop myself here for now and just say go grab this book. I got mine at a secondhand bookstore at only $9.90. So I even wanted to get this book for my boyfriend as his Christmas present because it's just life-changing. But yeah, I highly recommend this book. There's a reason why this book is mentioned in almost like every list of the best spiritual books. Moving on, in 2018, I would say that I was definitely more a YouTube and VApp kind of girl, but in 2019, I am all Netflix. And so in 2019, I've got two new favorite shows. So the first one is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I did mention in one of my favorites video this year, and I still think it is one of the best shows ever. It is super funny, it is meaningful, it is cute, it is not offensive, and it's also Mike from Stranger Things' favorite show, and so I recommend it. I feel like it's a show that everyone will enjoy. The other show is The Big Bang Theory. So I'm currently on season 12, which is the very last season, and I want to say that this show is probably not as great as Brooklyn Nine-Nine because it can sometimes get very offensive. Like the humor is derived from like being an asshole, being a jerk to make people laugh, and most of the time it isn't really a show that teaches you anything as compared to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but it is the funniest show I've ever watched, and I do love comedies, or maybe I would say the first half seasons were the funniest as compared to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Towards the back it does get less funny, but I still enjoy the show very much. I love the characters, and wow, I'm just going to be so sad when the show is over. Finally, this might be the very first time I am mentioning a YouTuber in a favorites video, but in 2019 I discovered Olena, and she is just one of the best human beings I know in this world. Again, there are just so many things I love about her. I don't know where to begin. I wish I can just say she is a miracle worker because she is, but if you don't know her, she is a skin coach and she does weekly YouTube videos. She has a blog. She is always on Instagram providing more tips and help on skincare, and she also does a lot of Instagram lives where she will discuss about spirituality, and she also does skincare routine reviews. And I guess the main reasons why I love her so much is because she is authentic. She knows her stuff, which is obviously super duper important, and I feel like her skincare tips and advices only makes you want to love yourself even more, which I think again is very important, because unlike the other skincare gurus that I used to follow, you know, I realized that they always make me unknowingly hate myself, because they always make me feel like I'm less unless I buy some sort of expensive skincare products that they are using or go for some expensive facials. So I feel like she's the only skincare YouTuber I follow that has not only changed and improved my skin with legit skincare advices, but she has also changed my entire life. I know it sounds really dramatic, but when I think about it, you know, it's true. Whenever I'm facing some difficulties in understanding some spirituality stuff, or I'm facing some like blockages because of certain things I'm experiencing, you know, I would always drop her a DM, and she's always very helpful. She gives the best responses. And so if you're experiencing a tough time with your skin or your mental health because of your skin, you need to follow her. And so I will obviously leave all her links in the description box below, so please check her out. So this wraps up my 2019 favorites. 2019 didn't start out as good as I hoped, but it actually ended way better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't say this a lot, but if you like my videos, please subscribe, like, or leave a comment, because it will mean a lot to me. And I will see you really soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!